Hi everyone, Jess here. Under the Plum Bob is currently on a holiday/year-end break, but we did not want to leave you without an episode this week. So instead, we turned to our lovely citizens on Patreon, and they decided to share one of their bonus episodes from this past year with all of you. We hope you enjoy this one, and if you want to hear more bonus content on a wide variety of topics that we talk about, be sure to join our Patreon at the Top Hat Money level. For $3 a month, you get access to our exclusive Discord server and all of the bonus episodes and all of the content that we put out for you. So visit patreon.com/plumbobcast to join today. And without further ado, I will now leave you with Jen, Julia, and Vanity as they discuss the Twilight Saga.
Hello everyone, this is a bonus episode. You've all been waiting for this. Probably not, because you didn't know we were doing it. This episode's on Twilight. So,
you have been waiting for it though.
Yeah, you've been waiting, and unfortunately, I'm gonna apologize again because me and Allie just apologized for it in the last one, which will probably be out before this. We're a little behind, we're sorry. But hopefully you'll love this because Twilight is back. This is Jen, and I am here with
me, Julia.
It's a me, Vanity.
And we're talking about Twilight.
We have feelings, I think.
I'm gonna try so hard not to be snarky.
It's okay. I have a little bit of snark.
I am just 100% true fan. Nothing Stephanie Meyer wrote is bad. Everything is just perfect. Girl, I'm just kidding.
So just gonna put this out here. There's gonna be spoilers. If you don't want spoilers, these movies are 10 years old. But if you don't want spoilers, come back after you've watched the movies. They're on, I think, Peacock.
Netflix.
The dollar bin at Walmart? What the fuck? It's been 99 years. It's like saying I'm gonna spoil Titanic for you. The boat sinks.
It's at Target on Blu-ray, the whole set for $12. That's what I got.
That's what one movie ticket costs here. So, girls, get it. Yeah.
That's how much it's starting to be here too.
$12? It's not. It's a lot of dollars to go see a movie here. So.
Marvel movies are $100. It's $115 maybe.
I was gonna say $100. My girl, I got home.
I was too.
No, I was thinking 100 Swedish crowns.
Oh.
Because I'm one decimal behind. Okay, guys. I said no tangents, and I'm tangenting already.
Okay. So no tangents. Let's see. Why do we love this series? I'm going to start real quick. This is a series that a former friend got me into, but it was real cool. It was the cool thing at the time. I was a full-fledged adult when this came. I guess the books came out when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And the movies came out right after I graduated, but it was oh, this is cool. This is something I would have been obsessed with. All the actors are great. The books were pretty cool from what I remember. And it's just one of those things that's you're growing up, you're coming into adulthood. There's things that you're oh, this is cool. This is a soft spot. But also, it was the late 2000s, and it was a very weird time.
Yes. I mean, it feels because we had True Blood, and then a couple of years later, we got the Vampire Diaries, we had Twilight,
Oh, the vampire. I never watched that. My partner watched it.
Yeah, but it was in the perfect time of vampire movies and young adult films. about supernatural things? Because that feels like a relatively new thing.
I have super hard feelings about Vampire Diaries because I read that book series and I was 14 years old, and it was my favorite series by L.J. Smith. She was amazing. She made a whole bunch of stuff. I fucking loved it, and they fucked it up. So we're not gonna talk about Vampire Diaries ever.
Oh, that's another bonus episode. Let's talk about all our favorite vampire franchises.
I'm gonna give you a straight up heads up. Like, the first time any of Twilight, the book, crossed my mind, I was in tech school, which is technical training, right? We got a basic training for the Air Force. And my friend Marlena walked, and I read a whole bunch, and everybody knew that. She walked in, she's like, "Oh my gosh, Vanity, look, I found this book, and it's so good." And I looked at the cover, and it was a fucking apple. And then I read the back. It was like, the lion fell in love with the lamb. And I was like, this is fucking stupid. I'm good. I'm not going to read this. And so I didn't, right? And then fast forward to when the movies came out. And the first movie was supposed to come out, but I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. And Harry Potter was supposed to come out, had a midnight showing that was supposed to come for, I think it was Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, one of the two. I think Half-Blood Prince had a midnight showing. So my best friend and I took off work for the next day so we can go to the midnight showing and blah, 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 blah. Then they decided to change Harry Potter's movie dates from November to July so they could have the summer blockbuster thing. So at the very last minute, they're like, aha, psych your mind. We're going to put this Twilight movie in this spot instead. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, we already have the day off, and I don't want to go to work now. So now what do we do? And we already had ordered advanced screening tickets, and they're like, well, we can give you the midnight screening for this show instead. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Why have a midnight screening? That same year, at the same time, they're having the G8 summit. I don't know if y'all know what that is. Okay.
Yes.
So they're having the G8, G6, G something summit, right? You can do this detail in the airport. I was at Andrews Air Force Base where all the people were flying into so they can hang out with the president, talk about, I don't know, the world or something. So one of the details you got to do was you would go and unload the luggage and shit from the plane for all the dignitaries that are coming in. I said I would do it because those dignitaries shit money and they like to give you tips for doing it. And we got to keep the tips. And I was like, I don't have to go to work and I get to just sit around here and wait for a plane to arrive. Sweet. So I was like, well, what am I going to do for this whole day waiting for planes to arrive? I'm just sitting in a hangar waiting for a plane to show up. So my best friend was like, well, I guess we can go see this Twilight movie. And I was like, well, I don't want to see a movie I haven't read the books for. Like, that's stupid. I like to read the books first. So I moseyed myself on over to fucking the BX, which is, the base exchange, which is their Walmart Target on base or whatever. I wander on over there and lo and behold, I see that book with the fucking apple on the front. And I'm like, damn, it's this book? And so I was like, well, I got to commit. I have all day to finish this. This book isn't very big. I can finish this out. So I finished the first book. Because
goddamn, you're a fast reader.
And it was also, it was like a 7-hour day. So I finished the first book because it was the summit, the thing was like a week or something like that. The detail was like a week or something. I don't forget how long it was. So I finished the first book and I was like, well, let me go on the second book. And that's when I lost my mind. Not in a good way. I'll let you guys get there because the second book almost made me quit.
Oh no. Yeah. I
17 chapters of her just like waxing after she laid on the floor in the forest. And because her boyfriend left her boyfriend of like 45 seconds left her. So she went and laid on the forest floor and let people search for her ass thinking she's dead. She's in the woods of fucking Seattle or Washington, in the woods on the ground with the bugs creepy crawling in out of your ears and shit. Then they finally find you and you just stare out the window for 99 months. Good fucking bye. I almost quit. Proceed on.
I have like the opposite like experience with New Moon because I watched Twilight with my then boyfriend and he was like, this was so stupid. I'm like, wow, this Patrick character, it's not his name. Robert Pattinson is his name. God damn, I love him so much.
Not Patrick.
Sorry Patrick, didn't mean to bring you into this.
He's Batman now.
but he thought it was stupid and blah blah blah. And like a year later, we broke up, and New Moon hadn't come out yet, but I still had this like, I just really want to like get into it because New Moon was gonna come out like 2 months after we broke up, and I had no idea what it was about, so I just started to read the book. And I was like, oh my god, Bella's feeling what I'm feeling, because I was just dumped and she was just dumped, and I too just want to sit and stare and like have nightmares.
How long were you with your ex-boyfriend?
Almost a year. He broke up 2 days before our
So longer than 45 seconds. So you can stare off into the abyss and be upset.
Yeah.
Also, you'd probably seen his penis at that point. So, like, that usually helps you be attached to somebody when you have sex with them. He stared at her while she slept. Sorry.
When Vanity said she had thoughts and feelings, she was not kidding around.
We had the same bedspread, though, from the movie, from Target. That purple bedspread, I had that as well from Target.
I'm jealous. I wanted
I
that so
had
bad.
it beforehand, and I was like, she has my beds. Did their stylist go to Target?
Yeah, like in the first movie, I know I watched a documentary. It was called Misrepresentation, and the director, she was like, yeah, no, we had no budget, and so we just like, they did as best they could, and some scenes were filmed like in her kitchen because they didn't get any money, but then they saw it was like a huge success, like a blockbuster box office success. Yeah, and that's when she got fired, and they hired a man to do the other 4 movies.
She did something else too that was really successful, so it's like really surprising they didn't trust her. I can't think of what movie it was.
She did 13 with the girl.
I had no idea. That's even more reason to hate this series.
Yeah, like it's not great.
Don't get me wrong. I don't hate it. And I will say, I read all 4 books because I had nothing else to do. I mean, I also read all books of 50 Shades of Grey as well, or 3 books of 50 Shades of Grey, because, I mean, once I start, I have to finish. I have to know how it ends. That one was hard.
That must be a really troublesome personality trait.
It is.
When it comes to like shitty young adults.
It is, because let me tell you, the only saving grace is that I read fast enough that I don't have to like dwell on it too long. That's my only saving grace for that. But I will say, I was never a person who's going to get a lion and a lamb tattoo. I met a girl at at that screening thing that I showed you a picture
that
for.
was a thing.
Oh,
yeah.
No. So.
No. I don't know how I feel about that.
You should see. I can control my face. You should have seen my face. So.
What do you mean you can control your face? You did so well at the beginning of
because I read them all and we had watched, and then we're like, okay, well, we're gonna get find out. It's a fandom. We're gonna go into a fandom. Let's do this. In DC, they have a whole bunch of like, it's a big heavy spot for things to start at. So we're like, okay,
yeah.
And they had this event where like a couple of the wolves, the actors who played the wolves, came. And
the fake natives.
Yeah.
No, the actors that played the wolves were real natives. Just Taylor Lautner's a fake native. So they are all out there at like on the national, like on the harbor, doing like Q&As and blah 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 blah. So we went out there, and then like they did a trivia thing, and they're like, add to the question for the trivia, and I was like, God, my reading comprehension trap of a brain here, so I knew the answer to the question, and we got these free tickets to like an advanced screening of Eclipse that was happening that night. That's where that picture was from.
Yeah, I'm like jealous.
But as we're at this thing on the National Harbor, it's a whole bunch of like real hardcore, intense Twilight fans, real intense. And one girl was like, "Yeah, I'm just." Oh my God. And she like showed me, she lifted up she had shorts on, and she pulled like her little thing, that her like sock down or whatever. And she had, no joke, it was like this big. And it was like, so the lion fell in love with the lamb around her leg. And then she had like a lion and a lamb on her leg. And I was like,
I need to Google these tattoos immediately.
I don't know if you guys are in the Twilight ship posting groups, but there's lots of people. There's like, they'll be like, look at my tattoo. And I'm like, oh, well, that's a choice you made. Congratulations.
It's a choice. Might not have been the best choice, but you did it.
Look, I can't get mad at you for getting your fandom tattoos. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to get a Harry Potter themed tattoo, but
I did.
Harry Potter and Twilight are on two separate levels.
Oh, that's
It's
so
Growlithe.
adorable. Oh, Growlithe.
See, that's the thing. Like, I'm okay. I get that, but like, Twilight, Harry Potter.
For me, it's like Twilight, Harry Potter.
But I mean, like, in the annuals of time, which one's going to stand up harder?
Twilight.
I don't know. I was surprised that this was like a big thing 10 years later. Okay, so let's go through the first movie.
Okay.
I just went to IMDb and I copy and pasted all the things from that.
Obviously beautiful. We already spoiled New Moon.
Oh, sorry. If you didn't know that, he dumps her at the end of Twilight. He does.
Yeah, so in the first movie, it says Bella Swan moves to a small town in the Pacific Northwest.
And why is she so pale when she comes from one of the hottest, sunniest fucking states? Why is she so pale? Bitch, you should have gotten a tan by breathing.
She falls in love with Edward Cullen, a mysterious classmate who reveals himself to be a 108-year-old vampire.
Who glitters.
So my niece, she's not blood related. She's my best friend's daughter, but we've been friends since we were 7. So we have the matching tattoo.
Yeah.
She's basically my niece. We were watching, he was up here over the winter break, and Twilight is apparently on the E network too all the time.
Like how ABC Family keeps on, or Freeform keeps playing Harry Potter?
Yes. And then, like, she had on Sesame Street, and she wasn't paying attention to it, and I'm, like, flipping through the channels at his mom's house, and I'm like, okay, Alessa, you're about to watch a cinematic masterpiece.
How old is your niece?
She is 7, but she doesn't care about most things because of her disability. Like, she'll watch Sesame Street, but, like, even Twilight, I think she was like, I don't care enough to keep watching Sesame Street. Why would I care enough to watch Twilight?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm like, you gotta pay attention. This is the greatest movie ever. And she's like, I don't care. I'm 7. I don't care.
I have no nieces or nephews, but I can't wait to traumatize them.
I was taking them to school, and I was listening to the Harry Potter audiobook, and I thought they were asleep because it was early. And then I was like, my nephew said something, so I was like, oh, okay. So I turned the audiobook off, and my other nephew, he was like, well, I was listening to that. What was going to happen after? And I was like,
oh,
you're listening. Okay.
That's nice.
Well, it's also Stephen Fry. It's a Stephen Fry version, so his voice is already magical.
That's beautiful. So. And Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
So, what did your niece think of Twilight? Did she think it was the greatest movie of all time? I mean, she's 7.
Care.
Oh.
She's like, I don't.
I thought it was gonna be like, and she doesn't care about anything. But then I put on Twilight.
I wish.
World change.
But like, me and my best friend were sitting there making fun of it the whole time, and like, I was like, "This is just gonna like killer Bella."
Hold on, Spider Monkey.
We were like, as if you could fight me off.
Wait, somebody had this spider monkey thing on a tattoo too. There was like something spider monkey, and they had like I remember this, and that just unlocked a memory in my brain.
Ew.
Because I blocked that part out of the movie, I think, when I watched it, and so I didn't understand. No, I take that back. This was at the midnight showing of Twilight, so I hadn't seen the movie yet. And somebody had something about Spider Monkey. All these people in line. It was like when I went to go see the advanced screenings of Harry Potter, but way worse because it was all like 30-year-old women.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
Well,
a 30-year-old
no, but
woman.
30-year-old women at the time that I was 21. And it's all these like women, like 30, 35, 40-year-old women who were like, I'm Team Edward and I'm Team Jacob. And I'm like, you have a teenager.
Taylor Lautner had said that like he would get approached by moms and like they would say really gross things to him. And he was young too when he was doing those movies.
My friend and my friend and my coworker, she has Taylor tattooed on her into her lip right here.
Oh no.
Those go away
No,
really
that shit's
fast.
still there.
Ew.
So in the first movie, we meet Bella, obviously, and she meets the Cullens and all of the weirdest characters with the non-personality traits. I mean, who would you befriend at Forks High School?
No one. I would be homeschooled.
Yes.
And I think homeschooled kids are weird. Sorry if you're a homeschool kid. And I would be homeschooled because that place is confusing. There was one black person and he was weird. And then they had they have all of their natives on a reservation somewhere, like just like they don't even go to school with them, and it's like that's weird. And then Taylor Lautner had a weird wig on, that was ugly. And then
And these are all reasons for you not to be.
And then I'm sorry, but Jasper's face the whole time, he made me uncomfy. Have you seen the girl on TikTok, the black girl that does the Jasper? And she's always like, every time she's just like, oh god, I'll send you one. It's she's the funniest person ever. She just, but honestly though, if I was going to befriend anybody, I guess it would be no. Maybe Alice. She seemed like she'd be a good time.
I think like she's a good friend.
Rosalie I feel like the whole time she was just like waiting for you to die. Like she hated everybody and everything.
That's a good friend though. Like, I know you just want to die. I'm here to make it happen.
Don't you want to die today? It's okay. You can do it.
Also, if you do want to die, please call the suicide hotline.
Yeah, don't die. But side note, like, okay, so let's talk through this movie really quick. So her mom is like, I don't want you living with me anymore. Leave a super hot state. What is it? Arizona, New Mexico? One of those states that looks like that is.
How you like in the rain? Hey, Arizona.
Yeah. It's hot as fuck there, by the way. Like it's hot in Texas, but it's like 100 degrees all the time there. It's hot as ball skin. So the fact that she was so pale really confuses me. It makes me realize that the woman who wrote those books had never been to Arizona. So anyway, so then she was from Arizona to the Pacific Northwest to be with her dad, who I'm like, do you even know your dad? Like, does he know you? This is confusing.
Oh, but he's so beautiful.
No, I love Charlie Swan. But I'm just saying, like, they look like they never talked to each other. Like, I don't know what their relationship was, but it was confusing. Then she goes to school, and these kids who don't look like they belong in high school at all, walking in the room as a one giant mass, all in, like, white, and everything is so whitewashed. Like, not like in a whitewash like white people wash, but, like,
you mean like
yes, everything is so glowy white.
White people.
My eyes would be squinty. And then he sits down next to her at her little science class, and he sniffs her like she smells like asshole. And he's like, oh. And why would you think that was why would you think? Why does this man look at you like you smell like an 8th grade boy who's been sitting in gym class all day playing Halo? Why would you think that when he looked at you and was like, and you're like, you like me? No, he thinks you smell like shithole. Like,
yeah, she smells her hair. I feel bad for her.
I would have never spoken to him again because high school Vanity was super insecure. You sit next to me like I smell, and I'm never talking to you again. You have no way of redeeming yourself because I am too afraid to come next to you. Sorry, that was my issue with Twilight. I was just so confused. Like, okay, so you think I stink? How did we go from that to Hold On, Spider Monkey? Like, how did we get from there to there? Also, when you broke a truck, you stopped a truck with your whole hand. I'm never talking to you again.
And also, like, gaslight her.
You hit your head.
Edward is the king of gaslighting,
okay.
though. Like, Edward is the king of gaslighting, and then, like, fucking, Jacob is the king of, like, he's the guy that would put, I feel like Jacob would put a roofie in your drink.
Okay, so
Am I
I'm
wrong?
gonna spoil 50 Shades of Grey. So the Jacob character, because 50 Shades of Grey is Twilight fanfiction.
Oh God, I know.
The Jacob character, he roofied her drink. So, like, obviously,
and then the Christian Grey / Edward character comes and, like, saves the day because he knew that she'd been roofied. But I mean, as much as I have an issue with E.L. James and her shitty ass writing or whatever, at least she picked up the same thing I did. That Jacob seemed a little sus.
Right.
She sure did. Damn. Yeah, no, I feel like Jacob is literally the nice guy.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I'm so nice. And girls never want to go for the nice guy. They just want to go for the bad guy. So they're fucking whores and sluts. And also, I'm gonna fuck your daughter.
The shittiest name ever with Nesbit. With Rafiki. Renez McGonagall. Whatever. She's gonna get made fun of in school, okay? She already is gonna have an old ass boyfriend who's her boyfriend uncle. Now, and then she's gonna have her name that's like fucking like a sneeze. Come on. But no, okay. So, because if you, in the whole first movie, like, she realizes that he's a vampire and she's like, it's cool, you sparkle in the sun. Yay, I'm here for it. His family almost kills her because apparently, like, she sneezes and bleeds or something. Like,
that's the next movie.
They all run together for me. I remember he leaves her for some reason, and I forget why. Okay, he abandons her at the end of the movie. Okay. Oh, because she got her arm broken by the guy with the horrible dread wig.
Yeah, it was her leg.
But that guy with the dread wig was horrible, and then you had the other guy who was
James broke.
Yeah, I'm saying, but the dread wig, that whole fight thingy, because him and the redheaded girl and the dread wig guy and the blonde guy who was he was in what movie? He's a famous person.
Yeah, he's from OC.
Oh no, but he was in something else. Like I never watched the OC. He was in something like recent.
Oh yeah, he's also in Burlesque.
With I don't know how to say that.
He's in some not Burlesque, something that's like not something that's more like mainstream. But anyway, his hair was also horrible. Did they have a hairstylist budget? Do you think?
No, I don't think they did because they have like zero.
Because everyone's hair is shit in that movie. Everyone.
And I feel like okay, so we go to the second movie, and they have.
They do. They do.
They replaced her by the second. I thought it was the third.
I think they replaced her in the second, but she was only in the first one for a blink of an eye, so you wouldn't even know anyway. So it wasn't that big of a deal. Oh wait, is the first one that has my favorite scene, which is the baseball scene, or is that the second one?
Yes, that's the first one.
The first one, the baseball scene where she full on like damn near high kicks herself in the face to pitch that ball.
Baseball scene is where they find Bella to take. They're like, "Oh, you brought a snack," and they're
everybody thinks she smells like fucking Starburst or something like that. Like you're all looking like fucking Peter Pettigrew after he's not a rat anymore. Like, wow, you smell good. Like it's weird.
So I'm gonna admit something here. I have seen one Harry Potter movie. And I never read the book, so I'm very behind. Everything I know about Harry Potter, I know from pop culture. I've also never seen Star Wars.
I've only seen one. No, which is 4/1. The first one / the fourth one. I've seen that one.
The Phantom Menace. Yeah, I've only seen one Star Wars. I said this in the group chat the other day. I don't know that the listeners know this. I wasn't allowed to watch movies growing up. And it wasn't because I was Catholic. It was because I had really bad ADHD, and my mom said, I'm not gonna let you watch anything that I have to pay for. And back in the early days, you had to pay for movies. So,
My God, the 90s were just unhinged. But also, I don't think you missed out on the Harry Potter. Like, fuck that shit. Sorry. I don't like. I'm kind of low.
I don't give a raven crap.
Yeah, sorry.
As I look at all of my Harry Potter memorabilia all over my thing, but Harry Potter was I read the first book when I was 14. Well, because I didn't know about them. And then we went. I forgot to bring a book when we were going to Germany, for a vacation, and my mom was like, "Well, shit!" So she got me 2 books from like the little Sky Mall thingy in the airport, and then she got me the first 2 Harry Potter books, and I was like, "All right, cool." And then I devoured them both on the 8-hour flight to Germany, to the point where I was like, well, what do I do now on the way back?
you really do read fast. Oh my
Jesus.
God.
I was like, help me, Jesus. What do I do on the way back?
Jesus.
So, yeah, no. So Harry Potter has been a part of my life as long as The Sims has. So I can't get, it is me. It is a huge part of me. And I went to the book release parties and the midnight showings of the movies, and hell
when
no.
they were not
Yeah.
replaced by Twilight.
The one she's like, oh, here we go. It's Harry Potter. And then, like, did they only do that with one movie? They didn't replace any of the other ones?
Before Harry Potter came out like right around Thanksgiving. And then they, once they realized how big it was, I'm pretty sure maybe it was like the 5th movie or something like that. Once they realized how big it was, they decided that they wanted to make a summer blockbuster. So they moved all of the Harry Potter release dates to July. But it was the year that Twilight came out is the year they did that. So, which is the only, Harry Potter is the only reason why I've read or seen Twilight.
Thank you, J.K. Rowling.
The only good thing you ever did.
No, thank you, Warner Brothers. Thank you, Warner Brothers and greed.
That's true. The friend who got me into Twilight was like super into Harry Potter too. And then like for a while, Twilight was like the thing to hate on. And she was like always like one of those people that was like, meh, I don't like that. So then she was like, I don't like Twilight because it was cool to hate on Twilight. And she's like, I'm like, I've been obsessed with Harry Potter and Twilight is just not enough and nah. And I'm like, okay, well, I still like this, but I'm going to pretend I don't because you're making me feel bad.
Aww. I hate those people. Like, Vanity, I hope I don't make you feel bad about your love for Harry Potter. It's just not really my thing. Like, I read all the books. I saw all the movies. I had a weird obsession with Snape. You know, I did.
Snape. That's adorable.
No, because I have always been a fan of the older men.
I had a obsession with Sirius Black
like
to the point where, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen Harry Potter movies, again, it's been like 99 years. When he died in the books and in the movie, I cried.
Everyone knows. Yeah.
When he died in the book,
I was so shocked when he died.
Tears. Actual tears. Flooding of tears.
Yeah.
Moving on to the second book of Twilight and / second movie.
Oh, she has such anxiety about turning 18 and then being older. I watch the Twilight movies once every year. That's why they have a party at the Collins place where she cuts
for her birthday.
You know, finger thingy. And she's like super upset and sad.
And my favorite scene, they're like, I mean, we made you food. And then she's like, I already ate. And fucking Rosalie's like, this bitch!
That was the first one when she goes to meet his family.
That's the first one.
The second one, she has, like, she's there and she's like, oh, paper cut. And, like, Jasper's, like, flying 4 rooms away, like, I'm gonna eat you.
I have to send y'all the TikTok of the girl that recreates that with Jasper's face.
Yes. I love her.
Yes. But, like, I think it's beautiful because Carlisle is
I love Carlisle.
Daddy, and the way he takes care of Bella, like, and the way she's like, I saw someone commenting on it, like the way she like holds on to him while he stitches her up. Is just that scene also made me confused about.
Like Vanity said, she lays in the woods, and then the search party finds her, and then she's like, her dad's like, "You need to get close with Jacob. Jacob's your friend," and she's like, "Okay."
And then she pulls a bitch ass move and she uses Jacob to get, knowing that Jacob likes her. This is the part that made me mad about her whole situation. You know this 12-year-old likes you because he's younger than her, by the way. Let's just go about that. You know this 12-year-old likes you a fuck ton, right? He has, and you know that you don't like him that way. You love Edward because you laid in the fucking woods for 99 years and stayed at your window for that long. You know, but you're going to sit here and you're going to try to get affection from him. You're going to lead him on so that he can think that there's something more. And then when he goes and overheats and then cuts his hair and comes back with fucking pecs, you're like, I can get down with this. At least you're warm. At least I'm not fucking icicle. Speaking of icicles, did you know that people? Okay, well, put a pin in that. I'm gonna put a pin in that, but I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
So then and then treats him like shit because the minute that old boy shows back up again, she's like, okay, bye. Like yes, he is probably a roofier, but you don't need to treat him like shit to make him think that there's more going on. If you want to keep him in the friend zone, keep him in the friend zone.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe, okay, this is debate. I'm gonna argue against you. I feel like she really tried to like him because everyone says he's a good guy and he's a nice guy and he's not a vampire, and to her knowledge he's not a supernatural, and they can kind of have this like friendly like loving relationship. And I think she tries really hard, but it's then they go to the movies and it's just like not vibing at all. And like all of and that's when he shows to be his
He
like
starts
the worst
getting
person.
real angry. He's like,
That movie scene.
well, no, he didn't say, he wasn't the one picking up on them like trying to like hit on her, but like he was saying stuff though, wasn't he? Like, oh, Mike just wants you to date you. Mike doesn't want anything nice to do with you or something. Wasn't he saying that?
Yeah, I mean, look, but he's also 12, y'all. Like, he ain't the same age as her. Like,
yeah, he's only supposed to be a year
He's
younger
like 15
than her,
at least.
I thought.
15 or 16.
I just felt like he was way younger than her, like mentally too, as well. Until he like overheated and cut his hair and grew his pecs, then he kind of like aged up a bit. But pin that I wanted to think about. So I used to work at an adult store for a long time, and people during the they wanted to feel like they were with so they would get glass ones and put them in the freezer.
That I've heard stories.
You're welcome.
I've heard stories. In this Twilight shitposting group, there's a lot of ice PP memes. Like, there's a lot of icicles.
Julia's face right now.
Yeah, there's icicles, and they're like, I bet this is what Bella likes. There's worse jokes in that group. I'm not gonna say them. If you guys want to see it, if you listeners want to see it, look up Twilight shitposting and look up Twilight sewer posting. Just be warned, some of the jokes, I have a very dark sense of humor, and things don't gross me out, but there are jokes that go a little bit too far for me, and I'm like, that's not, I didn't need to see that this early in the morning.
Girls. Also, she's like a teenager. Calm down, guys.
Well, so the other jokes I'm not going to say, but
We're gonna talk about them later because I am shocked and distraught at the information I have learned about the American fan community.
I don't know if this is just the Americans. I think it was everyone.
I'm just gonna say, for my benefit, that
It's a kink apparently.
cold dick. No.
I thought you guys should know. You're welcome.
I did not
That's
appreciate
good.
that, but
Oh.
thank you. Thank you. They also go to Italy, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so
They go to Italy.
let's just give it a little rundown of why this has to happen. So Edward, Bella smells like fucking Starburst to people, and then he's all like, "But I told you that I'm a vampire. I got like glitter in the sun, and now the fucking Vulvaveri is going to be mad at me." Works for me.
Volturi. And the leader
Yes.
is played by the astonishing Michael Sheen, who is doing
And
a
can we just
great
give
job
a
at
side
being
little
Volturi.
shout out to Dakota Fanning?
Pain.
Oh,
Because she's
girl.
my favorite in the whole thing. So the Volturi are like the head peeps. They're like the Pope, of the vampires. And so
Vampires.
he's like, I gotta go. I'm gonna go. They're gonna come kill you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go and walk into the sun at the Trevi Fountain, and everybody's gonna see me glow, and then they're gonna be like, "We gonna kill you, Edward," and then I'm gonna kill you, Bella, and then Bella's like, so then Alice is like, "I saw a vision of him doing this, and we got to help him," and then the Bella's like, "I have a passport, duh. I've got disposable money to buy a last minute ticket to the Italy."
Yeah, I feel like Alice got
I
that.
don't think she
Also,
had to
can we
purchase
talk about how
anything.
that's a long ass flight? How did you make it in time? How did he fly there? Did he do a
that's
night
That's
flight?
like a good
Was he wearing a hoodie and like a big giant, like one of those balaclava masks or whatever, so that nobody could see that he was glowing? Like, how did he make it?
Didn't they? Did they explain that in the books? I can't remember. I thought they said
I
something.
don't remember.
I only
It was like-
remember fast cars, but fast cars aren't going to make you get there.
Over the water.
No.
But yeah,
Which is
so
weird.
apparently Alice gonna get there in time, and then they show up, and also I don't understand how she was able to not have to go to school. How did you tell your dad you're going to Italy? You are a minor.
I think she just left.
Why is
Again.
nobody reporting your dumbass?
Yeah.
It doesn't
No,
matter.
she's
She still lives in
18.
his
She's
home.
18.
How come no one's reporting her missing? Your child just left the country.
Girl, don't get too much into the detail.
Who has a passport I had one, but I was in a military family. But who the fuck has a passport? You're different. You're European. Y'all gotta have passports. I think y'all don't have licenses. Y'all got passports because you gotta hop fucking catch countries, not feelings. But over here, we are our own country. Ain't nobody here but us.
The Cullens know a guy who makes fake passports is what it is. In the last movie, he makes fake passports for Jacob and Renesmee.
And Renesbit?
Yeah. And they have the
Rectangular.
guy, I forget his name, but they have a guy who makes some fake passports all the time, and that's how they can go around and not get caught too.
The more you know. So anyway, so they get up there, right? And then I don't remember what the plan was on how they were going to stop his dumbass from fucking glowing in the sun on the Trevi Fountain. But I think they tackle him. Or I think maybe they blitz him. I don't remember what happens, but they do something.
Doesn't she yell? She's like, Edward! And he's like, oh.
It's not the Trevi Fountain, sorry.
That's the only Roman landmark I know, except for the fucking Colosseum. So let me have it.
They're not in Rome.
Oh, I thought they were in Rome.
I've been to the town where they filmed that
I
scene.
was supposed to go to Italy. We're not gonna talk about it because remember the Rona happened.
Oh my god.
I know.
That feels like ages.
I know. Still bitter.
Oh my god.
Still bitter. I was gonna go eat. I was gonna go have tea in the catacombs of dead bodies. And
Julia, you went to the tower and you didn't get eaten by vampires?
I mean, it's crazy, but I didn't go to the organized tour because that's I've heard that's scary.
That's
Why
how
is
you
it
beat
scary? They have like fucking
vampires.
Volturi coming
Yeah,
out the corner.
that's why they hang out.
Yeah. In the second movie, like Bella comes and he's like, and they hug and falls to the ground or whatever. Then the Volturi is like, so a human knows you're a vampire. What the fuck, bro? And then, because they notice that Bella has special powers, but she don't know
She has the
powers.
power
It's
of
like,
smell.
you know,
She
shield.
smells like fucking Starburst. What the fuck are her powers?
She can't. They can't read her, right? They can't read
I
her.
thought that was just Edward.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's a
I thought
shield.
that was just him. Why did I block that whole part out?
Well, his is that he can read people, right? And then she's the shield.
Mhm.
Jasper is
The
feeling.
Confederate soldier.
Yeah.
Jasper
Yeah.
That is a weird.
is a racist. We're gonna just hop, skip, and a jump over that. We're gonna hop, skip, and a jump the fact that Jasper fought
No,
for the
that's-
South. We're gonna hop, skip, and jump the fact that
No,
Jasper
no,
fought for
that's-
slavery. No, okay, cool. Anyway,
Yeah, let's go to the
Yeah,
next
because
movie.
that's
too.
in the next.
what
movie.
a fun
So-
little anecdote you had to put in there. There's no reason you had to put that in there. There was no
Yeah,
fucking
that
reason
was-
that had to be in there.
No.
He could have been a Union soldier. He could have been back with Davy Crockett and them bitch asses. He could have been any time else except for that time. You put that in there for no fucking reason. You had one black character. Take that back.
Yeah.
Two, one of them was a bad guy. One of them was an idiot. And then that was it.
Oh, one is also the guy who makes the passports in the last
We hadn't
movie.
met him yet.
Oh, and then the Denali tribe is black women, I think.
We hadn't met him yet. I think she.
No,
I think
not
she
till the
realized
third.
that she. Oh shit! I done fucked up AA wrong. Let me kind of make some black people happen.
Yeah. You know, being Swedish, I did not perceive the context of him being,
Oh.
Confederate soldier.
The Confederate soldier.
Yeah. I was like, okay, so he just fought in this stupid war that Americans had with themselves when they couldn't find a war to wage upon
No, they
someone
fought the
else.
war because they want to have people as cattle.
I know. Fucking gross.
America, fuck yeah, we're gonna have people be our
That's
cattle.
what America does not want leaving
Crazy.
America, and that's why that things don't translate to over there. Because
We
yeah,
keep it secret, like we keep it hush hush.
Because you guys are a
Oh,
cult.
totally,
But anyway.
totally.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to escape
we
for I don't
talked
know
about
how
this
long,
in
but
the,
they keep me here because you can't leave.
They bring the Rona, so you
Well, it's
just
not even
can't go
that.
to
Like you
Europe
can't
and
leave. Do you
realize,
know how hard
like,
it is to
it's
leave this
too
country? We talked about this. It's so hard to leave this country legally because they won't sign any treaties in the other country.
You know, Bella fights, or no, Bella does absolutely nothing. Edward fights Victoria.
Not shit. Fuck all. Her purpose was
And then, like, they do, like, a promise that, of course, we're gonna turn Bella into a vampire. Edward's like, no, fuck, I don't want to spend eternity with this.
like that is a quick.
And then they...
And also, like, all of these people are coupled up, right? You know, Rosalie and Emmett and like fucking Jasper and Alex.
They're
Like,
all straight.
I love my boyfriend, but let me tell you right now, if I had to spend eternity with him, like, can we take breaks?
oh, they have to.
Can we see other people for chunks of time to come back to each other? Like, what is this?
I would assume that you would do that, but Stephanie Meyer is a Mormon.
It's Mormon propaganda, and guess what Mormons do? You can't.
Oh yeah, they mate for eternity. Like, even if you get divorced or like your wife dies or something, you're mated for life. So if you remarry and when you go to heaven, like, she's still your wife up there. So whoever you remarried is just like the bitch you remarried.
I mean,
Coming from a Catholic
It's
background,
horrible.
unfortunately, your head gets warped and you write things apparently in your books due to religion.
We haven't even got to the sex scene.
Mm.
That was the most uncomfortable thing to read as a person who had sex before. I was like,
I did not read. I just read New Moon because it was
no,
sad.
okay, so in Eclipse,
Okay,
Eclipse is
let's go
actually
to
my
Eclipse.
favorite book of all of them.
Yeah.
Because it had actual story
like
to
the
it. It
movie
wasn't just
as well.
Bella waxing poetically
Yeah.
about the glitterati and fucking fucking Wolf Boy. So it actually had we got backstories to everybody, and I thought that was really cool. And I loved that book itself because it felt more like a book. I think that's my issue with Twilight to begin with. It has nothing to do with like vampires, and I love supernatural. I love paranormal things. It's just that there's no real storyline. It's just a girl falling in love with a dude, and then like, oh god, no, now you know that I'm a vampire. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it reads like fan fiction written by like a 17-year-old. Not like the epic fan fictions that I've read before that are like fucking novels. But it reads like something I would have wrote when I was 16. Not a lot of meat, just boy meets girl, girl loves boy, boy like it does not give me a story behind it. Like, I know you don't like Harry Potter, but at least there was a story. You know what I mean? There was something happening. There was a world building. You don't get a world building into the fucking very last book, and I think that's because she realized that there was no world. You know, you don't get any world building. You get more meat in Eclipse, but that's why it's the biggest book.
Part of me wonders, because she is Mormon, and like I said, coming from a Catholic background, you are a little more stunted than your secular peers. So, like, I'm very much more naive than all of my friends who didn't go to church, which makes me wonder, because she was indoctrinated in it, is she very naive because she was indoctrinated in being a Mormon? So, like, she doesn't understand that, like, that's not how. I didn't understand that's not how relationships work until I got out of the culty part of the religion.
Or like there's more to life than just a relationship. Like, Bella didn't have a life of her own, and I think that's what's also my problem. Like, she did not have a personality at all that wasn't attached to Edward. Yeah. Like, who were you before you met that man?
They push the fact that, like, I want to say Mormons are the ones that do this mostly. They push that you have to be a good wife. So, like, she's pushing, that's all there is to this girl, because she has to be a wife. She can't be anything else. She has to be a wife, which is so fucked up. Like, you can't. Women have their own. We're not just wives. We're women. We have likes and dislikes, obviously. Like, we're not just here to be a wife, a servant, a mother, and make more of your culty religion.
I just feel like I think that was my core. I think because reading it at the age I read it, if I had read it at 13 or 14, it would have been different, 13, I think. But because I read it at 21 years old, I was like,
right. And
I think that's why Harry Potter, to me, like, I read it at 14 years old. So I read it and I was around the same age. Like, by the time I read it and the new book that was coming out, I was the same age as them.
Right.
So I grew up with them. It made sense for me. But if you just take Bella as a character and tell me anything else about her besides who she wants to marry. Anything else about her?
She has brown hair.
She doesn't like the sun. She doesn't like to talk about boys with her mom.
She wears Converse with her prom dress.
Oh, she's such a Manny Pixie dream girl. She's so quirky. Those Converse with her prom dress.
Yeah. She used to do ballet when she was a kid.
That's it. Did you see what I mean?
Right.
I'm trying, but I can't.
I think that's my problem. You know more about Edward, and you know more about fucking Jacob. You know more about Jasper than you do. At least I can tell you Jasper was a Confederate soldier.
She likes classical music.
Who the fuck her age likes classical music that's not a musician? Like, as like that's your main music choice that you're going to be listening to sitting in your house.
Absolutely not, but I did bounce.
I mean, so did I, but it wasn't what I'm not gonna be bumping that in my car going down the street. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what's in my CD.
At least player. Edward was like apparently in Midnight Sun. I haven't read it yet, but apparently in Midnight Sun, it's like he listens to Linkin Park, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, that was what was good in 2005. Edward would definitely listen to Linkin Park.
But I mean, that's the thing. Like, every other character is developed except for her. even the minor characters who even Rosalie has a fucking, you have to, you pity that girl because she wants to have babies and she can't. Even Rosalie.
Oh, but I love
I do too. But you see
Rosalie's
what I mean?
story
I love
line.
Rosalie's story. I love Alice's story.
I have no idea what Alice's story is.
So Alice was in an asylum because she has those visions or whatever, and she was around, I think, like in the 20s or something.
Yeah.
And they thought, okay, well, you're not normal, so you're gonna go to an asylum. And I think that's how she meets Jasper. Like she knows she knows it's coming or something like that. But anyway, or maybe that's how she meets Carlisle.
I think it's Carlisle.
It was Carlisle. Carlisle meets her then and whatever.
Yeah.
But see, she has a story. She is more interesting than the main character because honestly, the main character is a Mary Sue. And if you've never read fan fiction or you didn't listen to the fan fiction episode, a Mary Sue is a self-insert. A Mary Sue is when you want to be a part of something, and so you self-insert yourself into it. And then it happens a lot in Harry Potter fan fiction, but it's also why What's-Her-Pants in 50 Shades of Grey doesn't have a personality either.
Yeah.
Because she's a fucking Mary Sue as well. She's just a piece of paper put in there so that you can self-impose yourself on it because she's nothing.
Robert Pattinson called her out on that too. Like, I think it was fairly recently even he called her out. He was like, and I think that it was just that Stephanie wanted to fuck a vampire.
Yes.
And it took me a long time to realize that I didn't hate Kristen Stewart. She just had nothing to work with. It took me a long time to realize
Kristen
that.
Stewart. Like she did.
And I think it's because, unfortunately, she did Twilight, where she had nothing to work with, and breathing was how she showed emotion. And then right after that, she did Snow White and the Huntsman, where again, all she did was the breathing while she shows emotion. And I think because she didn't realize that that's not what you need to do, and it's like, fuck it, do what you gotta do. We're gonna capitalize on your momentum from Twilight. And then I finally saw her in something else, and I was like, oh, okay, you can act. Somebody finally told you that breathing is not how you show that you're... Because you know what I'm talking about, when she's just like... And I'm like, ma'am, are you running?
Well,
you didn't... You walked from... Are you okay?
She was in the Runaways in between Twilight movies, and she was amazing as Joan Jett.
yes, and also with
But the Runaways, unfortunately, was after Snow White.
No, it was in like 2009.
I feel like Snow White and the Huntsman came out in the middle of that too. I hated her in that movie so much, by the way. I just really did. Anyway, so Eclipse was great because it gives everybody a backstory. And then they said, we're going to turn you into a vampire, but you got to tell your dad first. And she's like, but I don't want to tell my dad I'm going to be a vampire. And they're like, well, we don't want you to just take away from your dad. Who cares about your mom, apparently, but tell your dad.
Yeah, fuck her mom.
No, but like, okay, her mom's a whole lot.
Right. And then, but then also we get the backstory for everybody else, i.e. the wolves. We get their backstory and what they are and who they are.
Oh, yeah.
And like, why they are anti-werewolf. Basically because vampire. They're anti-vampire because, the vampires came and took their land like the white people they are.
They are colonizers.
Colonizing even as a vampire. Colonizer, colonizer, you're a colonizer, whoa. Okay, so they did that, and they're like all anti them. And then you get the really sad backstory of, what is it, Sam?
Oh, yeah, word.
Oh, Sam and Leah?
Oh,
or no, Sam.
That was a sad backstory.
And like his girl now that has the scar.
Yep, because he attacked her. Ew. But again, fully fleshed out people. I just don't understand why Bella was not a fully fleshed out person. And if she were, maybe I would have enjoyed it more. But like I said, you get all of this in Eclipse. This doesn't happen in the first 2 books. You get so much meat in Eclipse. And then you get New Moon, where it's back to just being centered on the first chunk is we're going to get married and then we're going to bang. And
yeah, Breaking Dawn.
That's what I meant.
Breaking Dawn.
I said the next one. I meant New Moon, but I went the other way. This way. Forward, not backwards. So Breaking Dawn, they get married. And they finally
it's
get to have the
beautiful.
sexicles because apparently they couldn't have it beforehand.
Yeah, you can't. She's gonna be a
No,
vampire,
he's
so
looking
her
out for her soul because
What
he's
soul? You're
Nordic.
a vampire. I think that kills all the soul possibilities.
but you gotta save a little bit of it.
No, but she's.
Whatever.
I think that Edward was really like, I'm never gonna turn her, and she will never know.
But what kills me is that, like, so you're saying this whole time in 108 years he also hadn't had the sexicles?
He has had the sex.
No, but what I'm
he's a
saying is,
vampire,
like,
so he don't give a fuck.
you're saying in 108 years he's never done the bangity bangs? So then why can't she?
Of course he has.
Oh, because it only matters if you're a woman. Gotcha. Sorry.
No, yeah, and I also think that because she was a virgin and she,
only her social contract and virginity matters, not his. Who gives a fuck about his?
That's not okay. I just mean that because he's a vampire, he doesn't have a soul, so he can just like fuck around. But she's still human, and she is a virgin, so she's like pure. So he's like, okay, so we're just gonna do this when like we marry.
Saying it out loud makes it sound worse, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's very religious. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, just put the sheet down and see if the blood happens after you have the sex. I mean, oh, he was a virgin. No one knows that they used to do that back in the day.
There's theories in the groups that Edward actually never did anything even before he died, and that is how he had enough.
He had enough sperm in his balls because they got frozen when he became a vampire.
That's the
Oh my god, he froze the
theory
sperm.
of what is how he was able to make a baby.
I feel like, do people not know that sperm doesn't just sit in your balls? It does not. It's not like it's a cup. It doesn't just sit there like waiting to go bad or something. Like it has.
No, but like if it froze when he died,
It's not in there.
I'm just
It's
like
not in
trying to
there,
make it make sense.
please.
Yeah, because
I
that's
went to
a weird
Catholic
thing.
school. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know everything.
It's not in there.
So I'm just repeating a theory. I don't know how it works.
No, this is not knocking you for repeating this theory, but this theory makes no sense medically because it's
Biologist.
not just. It's not a cup. The balls
Maybe it
aren't
was just
cups.
like locked in foreskin.
They're not just cups of sperm waiting to go. Like they produce. Okay, whatever. I still don't actually know how the whole baby thing happened anyway, and we're not even gonna talk about it.
Has she tried to explain? Is it divine
Jesus?
intervention?
Is Renesmee Jesus?
Oh no. No, because Mormons don't believe in
Oh my
Jesus.
god. How?
So is Renesmee John Smith or what is his name? Some basic white guy name? I think it's like John
Smith was the founder, I think. Or
yeah, because the golden angel came down and told him the pamphlets. It was weird. I watched the Book of Mormon. I saw the play. That's how I know.
South Park.
Also, I watched Murder Among the Mormons.
Oh, because South Park, the guy from South Park made Book of Mormons, and yeah, they put it in the South Park episode too.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
But side note, the Mormon Church actually does not hate the Book of Mormon because it doesn't make fun of Mormonisms. It just kind of it doesn't make fun of nothing that's not there. Does that make sense? Like they don't make something up.
Joseph Smith is what I just Googled it.
Basic white guy name, right? Like
yeah.
But Murder Among the Mormons, highly recommend. But anywho, so
I have information on how he got her pregnant.
Please tell me it was because it was the frozen sperm.
No. Okay, so taking to BuzzFeed, a fan wrote, Stephanie Meyer got the question, how did Edward get a boner and impregnate Bella?
Oh yeah, because he didn't have any blood.
Yeah. Stephanie first explained how vampire biology worked so people could understand the inner workings of their make-believe bodies. Stephanie wrote that vampires are physically similar enough to their human origins to pass as humans under some and that their skin serves as the same general purpose of protecting the body. However, the cells that make up their skin are hard and reflective like crystals, blah blah blah. Okay. So the explanation then goes into inform readers that between the cells is a liquid moving through the body similar to how blood moves through humans. But this liquid is in the form of venom, the venom that turns you into a vampire or whatever. The venom, Stephanie writes, is what helps Edward impregnate Bella in the fictional book. According to Stephanie, the normal reaction of arousal are still presented in vampires and made possible by venom-related fluids that cause tissues to react similarly as they do to an influx of blood. So he literally shot her up with a bunch of vampire venom and take it, girl, take it all.
Well, now I actually know.
This is the worst case of BV ever. You're just fucking on fire. Oh my god. I could have lived my whole life without knowing that.
That's what she said.
I had to tell you because I read it, so now you have to know.
So let me get this straight. Their skin.
Now you know, Jen.
Their
That's
skin
how
is
sex
hard
works.
as fucking diamonds and it glitters. In between the skin layers is a venom. The venom is how, instead of blood, they've got venom running through their veins, and that's how they can get hard. That also venom is not just blood, it's also sperm. Is it blood sperm?
Mhm.
Is it blood or sperm?
It's venom. Venom.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Oh, so then in this theory, then a vampire can impregnate any woman.
Apparently, that would be the case, but I think that vampires don't fuck humans usually in this universe.
Why not? They got nothing else to do. How many other vampires they meeting? You got around for 108 years. You got to go just. Why the fuck not? Oh yeah, that's what Jasper was telling them about because he killed a baby or something like that.
There's that one baby though that destroyed the whole town, and like, I'm a terrible person, but like that's one of my favorite scenes is when Jane just picks up the baby and just chucks it into the fire.
That's what I want to do with messy kids.
Okay, I'm gonna defend myself. It's a doll, but just the way she chucks it, like just
yeeted that baby into the
she
fire,
gets
like
so deadpan. And like I show my friends that all the time because it's just like she's so deadpan. Do you want to play this in The Sims? Go download Sacrificial's Deadly Toddlers mod.
Yeah, because they talk about that when Bella is pregnant. Like, why would everyone freak out? There's like this baby coming, and they're like, "Oh no!" Because back in the Dizzle, we had undead babies, and they were crazy as hell because they were just as impulsive and annoying as kids are when they're alive, just like
dead. Could you imagine just
Yes.
like opening your front door and there's like this fucking fetus coming at you and it's like goo goo gaga, death bitch. Like, could you imagine? Because let me tell you how I would yeet that baby into the sun with my foot. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You are foot level. Anywho, so while Bella, so this is my favorite part though. They have the sex, and it's like not just regular sex because he's a virgin, maybe not a virgin. Who the fuck knows? But that sex scene was traumatic. If I had never had sex in my life, and that's the first time I saw sex, I would be. That looked painful. There was bed breaking and feathers everywhere and fucking like growling. That looked terrifigtional.
I think most people's first
Maybe
sexual
that's
experience
maybe-
that isn't
maybe-
like
maybe
actual sex,
comment.
like porn. So I
As
think
a
it's bad.
virginal person, if you had never had sex, that was your first sexual experience, that can't be healthy. No.
And like there's like humor in this first movie, like the first Breaking Dawn.
But so then after that, they have the sex. Their place that they were at was amazing though. In the movies, that place was great. I don't know if that, because if you read that scene, by the way, I don't know if she was being serious or if she was taking the piss.
I haven't read it, so I don't.
I'll find the excerpt for you because I can't figure out if she's being serious or not. Anywho, they have the sex, and then like immediately he's like, I smelled a baby. Like immediately. Like fucking immediately. Yeah. It's like super quick. Like it's hella quick after she like
In the book?
they have the sex. They're still on their honeymoon. He's like, you de pregnant. And she's like, wait, what? We just had sex like 4 seconds ago. And he's like, but I know. It was just very quick. Maybe it wasn't like the first, like right after they had it, but it was like they were still on their honeymoon.
I don't remember that part in the movies. I don't remember the book, so it could have happened in the book. But in the movie, she's just sitting there eating chicken, and she's eating raw
And she's a
chicken.
vegetarian.
Yeah, and she's like, oh my God. And then she goes and runs and throw up, and she's like, I don't want you to see me throw up.
He's seen you naked. At that point, let him see you vomit.
And then she's like looking in the mirror, and she's like still flat stomached. Edward, I don't know how, but I think we made a baby. And he's like, oh no. And
oh no.
the housekeeper's like, devil. She was
It's
saying
death.
death. Muerte, muerte, which is death, death. And then she's like looking at Bella and looking at Edward.
Oh no, but she's like,
Again, I have
pass me my
questions.
necessary.
This man has been around for
she's
108
like, oh my God,
years.
My tampons are here. How long have
We're
you been on this
going-
fucking island? He's like, 2 weeks. She's like, I'm late. He's like, to where? No, I'm just kidding.
I
He
know.
does not say
But
that.
I'm just saying, this man's been around for 108 years. He's got like I mean, I guess they don't do that. I guess the venom blood doesn't work that way in women. Men can still procreate with their venom blood, but women can't.
No.
Make it.
I cannot.
So then she gets pregnant and she gets back and she's like, hey guys, oops, I'm sorry, I'm pregnant. And then the pregnancy is like 4 seconds long. And then she has the most traumatic birth scene I have ever read/seen in my life.
I think it's like gross how like skinny she gets, and like not that it's like gross, but it's like
My friend said that
it's
like
so
she
visceral.
couldn't watch that because her mom looked like that when she was passing from cancer.
Yeah, that's exactly what, after seeing somebody passing from cancer, that's what it looks like.
Oh.
And then she had this back-breaking, rib-shattering, why would you make it that way? Why would you do that? She has to, because fucking A, man. So,
Well,
I think
Mormons
Stephanie hates
teach you to
women.
hate women. That's like you're just
or hate
there.
birth, but then they want you to have all these kids. So why would you make that your
Right.
scene? And then like she has the
And like Edward
bond.
is so sad and biting into her, and like, oh my God, you gotta wake up. It's gonna be fine. God bless.
And Rosalie's like, fuck yeah, you do, my baby, goodbye. And Bella's like dying, and then fucking Jacob's like, no, Loca, come back. And like,
I think he goes out to kill the
Yeah,
baby,
he
right?
wants to.
and then he's like, I can't.
And then like all the wolves are ready to kill the baby, and then Jacob's like, hold on, I love this baby. You can't kill my wife.
Hold on, I have imprinted on a fetus.
And then they're like, Jacob, you're stupid. And then
I mean, we should totally explain Twilight movies to people who have not seen them, 'cause it doesn't make any sense.
And then she's like, you loved me because you loved what was going to come from me eventually. It wasn't me you loved. It was my future baby that hadn't happened yet or was never going to happen. What? You don't love me. You love Regenesis.
you loved my uterus.
And then, so then Edward's like, you can't imprint on my fetus, and punches, and they have a fight. And then,
oh my God, that doesn't happen in the movie. I'm sad.
they don't have a fight in the movie?
Bella
Yeah.
fights him.
Oh,
She wakes up and she's like, oh my God, look at my beautiful baby girl. Like they run around little.
the baby was not beautiful. The baby was terrifying. It was scary.
Yeah, that was CGI baby. But like Bella holds her, and then Jacob goes in and like, oh, I think that's enough. And she was like, why do you give a fuck? Like, you hated that baby when it was in my belly, so what's going on here? And they're like, well, here's the thing. So, and then they fight. And Emmett is like, oh, fuck yeah. And like Edward is super proud that she like kisses ass.
Edward and Jacob have a fight. I don't remember if it was before the baby, while baby's coming, or after the baby, but they have a fight too. They have a quarrel.
I vaguely
settle this
remember
score.
them fighting about something, and then all of a sudden Edward's okay.
Yeah, everyone was
with
fine.
them being
Everyone was fine.
Yeah.
So then they realized, oh shit, someone has told Volveri in fucking Italy that I had this baby. And they're coming to, and Alice is like, they coming to get you. And we gotta assemble the posse. Then we learn there's more vampires everywhere. And then end scene. Next movie happens. Let me fucking tell you, this is the only time I was like, oh, we getting good, because they fucked you over at the beginning of Breaking Dawn Part 2. And if you hadn't read the books, everybody in the theater was confused as fuck, right? So
Yeah, when she dies.
Oh, you mean at the end?
yeah.
At the fight scene?
Well, they do it it's like
Who dies?
at the fight scene. And then so everybody's come on, and the
fight
Volturi
scene,
are
yeah.
coming. They're like, "We gonna get you and your baby," and then everybody's like, "No," because the baby's not bad. We promise. We're gonna take some money and some passports, and
also the baby,
she
she has powers, so she can like show people where she comes from.
And Taylor Lautner and this fetus, who's now a fucking 10-year-old or something, like she's just like aging. Like I'm like, is she gonna continue to age this fast and become like 95? Like how does this work? But they're gonna go run off screaming into the abyss. And then everyone else is gonna go fight. And they get down to do the fight scene, and then like the Volturi is like, pain and rip heads off, and everyone's dead, and the whole theater was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I remember my friend, she was like, what the fuck is this? This was not in the books. I'm like, I like it.
Everybody lost their mind because the whole Cullen clan and all of their allies died. And we're like, what? But then, because they do the little handshake or like, we're going to do some stuff. Let's be civil before we fight. And then they do that. And then Alice is like, or it could happen this way. Or something like that. Alice is like, it could, and then they don't fight. And they're like, okay, fuck it. Whatever, bye. It's super anticlimactic. Like, they're like, all right, I guess we're not going to fight. Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, but I love, like, I don't remember his name, but he's played by Lee Pace, who also plays
I love him.
He's so lovely when he falls in love with a girl who shoots sparks. And she's like, when they killed the sister who ratted the Collins out with the baby lies, the Volturi kills her.
Irina?
Yeah. And they try to run, and she's like, he just holds her down, and she's like shooting shocks, and he's like just holding on for dear life.
And my husband, Rami Malek, is in the movie. He's only in there for like 2 minutes.
Let me tell you how I forgot about that until my friend told me, and I was like, wait, what?
Oh, he also smashes the ground, so everyone falls down into the lava.
And Mickey Malkovich, if anyone watches Shameless, it's very weird to see him as a bleach blonde, and he's Russian, and he's like, we do not care what you say, Carla.
Yeah.
My friend Allie that I went to high school with is at the end of Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Is she like an extra?
You know, when like the receptionist comes in with the blonde hair and she's like, here, get this letter from whatever. Do you remember that part? Is it end of Breaking Dawn Part 1, I think, or end of Eclipse Part 1?
It was probably Eclipse, because Breaking Dawn, she just dies.
Oh, no. There's when they deliver the letter to the Volturi telling them that there's a fucking fetus.
Oh, okay.
And the blonde receptionist that takes the letter there.
Yeah.
That's my friend Allie.
That's cool.
We went to high school together.
What?
We were in theater together for 4 years. Anywho, but yeah, so
she really made it, huh?
She made it. Hey, she went to the premiere. The red carpet. But in all fairness, I have gone to Forks and La Push, and I went to the house, the Butler Swan house, and I have all of this stuff. I went to the whole Twilight experience whenever I was driving to Alaska.
I'm so jealous.
Because I drove from Maryland to Alaska, and so we had to go through Washington anyway. So we're like, oh, let's just go do that too. So I've got a plethora of pictures of me and my best friend Twilighting it up. We even went to that restaurant where she had mushroom ravioli. I didn't eat mushroom ravioli though because I was like, I want actual food. But my best friend had it.
I mean, I'm just baffled. That's amazing.
Yeah, they have a whole menu of like the Twilight menu and Bella's mushroom ravioli and whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's it. Those are Twilight movies.
So.
Yeah, I have so many more thoughts and feelings now than I thought I would have. But do you want to do a quick smash or pass?
Yes.
Let's just do it.
Smash or pass? Edward.
Smash.
Yeah, Edward is smash.
This is a pass for me. I told you, my thighs would break that man.
That's true. No, I would still. He could do me from behind. Jacob, then.
Pass.
Pass.
With the wig or the cut hair?
With the
Without the wig. Like,
Okay, then smash.
anywhere you want. Alice?
smash.
Smash. Rosalie?
Smash.
Uncomfortably smash. I feel like
Yeah.
it'd be awkward for all people involved.
Strange. Esme?
Pass.
Pass, because she's the girl that got her face smashed in Grey's Anatomy. The
Yeah.
crazy girl that was obsessed with
It's a
Karev,
pass.
and I can't get past it.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Who else do we... Carlisle?
Smash repeatedly.
At least one.
Smashed up.
Not my type.
I'd climb him like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. And he's like, hold on, Spider-Man.
Stop!
Okay, Sam, the werewolf guy.
Oh, I'd smash him.
Smash.
Smash. Leah.
Pass, because
Pass.
I'd be uncomfortable as well. I think she'd be
Yeah.
angry about it. I don't want to be angry.
I think angry sex might be good, so I'm gonna say smash.
But not with her. I feel like
Yeah.
it'd be angry sex in a bad way. Like she might try to hurt you,
Yeah. Oh, perhaps. Okay.
and not in a good way.
Anna. I don't remember what Anna Kendrick's character is named, like Jessica or something.
Jessica, yeah. Pass. She's boring.
Pass, because she's
Pass.
annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Charlie? So much smashing for Charlie.
Smash.
So much smash.
And also Emmett.
Pass.
Mhm. It would be the Smashing Pumpkins.
It would
Something
be
like that.
so much fun.
Smash! Carry me, son.
I can't do muscles.
You can't?
So Jasper theoretically is my type.
I love big
however,
beefies, so fuck no. I couldn't do Jasper either because those eyes terrify me.
I think I would maybe do Jasper, but then like maybe stake him afterwards because he was a Confederate soldier.
Right? I feel like he also wouldn't want to do me.
He might not. I'm sorry to
Or
say.
if he did, it'd be like fetish style, and I'm no one's fetish.
Yeah, no.
Ugh, gross. Okay, Jasper is problematic. I might not.
Which sucks because he's my favorite character because his story is so rich and interesting, but it's also like you are so problematic. Like,
And I also don't like.
Sorry, Allie. That's Allie's man.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, she has some internalized colonialism to her.
I have that 1% Scandinavian I gotta worry about.
Yes. Yes, it's me.
Your cousin.
We're related, I swear.
Oh, okay. Is that it? Is that everybody?
That's like anyone who matters. Like, would we fuck Renee? No, because she's a terrible mom.
Oh yeah, no, she's a horrible mom.
Billy. Jacob's man.
Oh, the one in the wheelchair?
I would still smash. Just because he's
He was just so judgy.
Me too.
Oh.
No, he had so many stories. I just love.
I also love a
people
good
telling
storytelling.
stories.
So I mean, but are you telling me stories during sex? So that'd be weird.
That's called.
But it's like one-sided. Are we just telling me like a whole narrative while we're doing this? Like, what's happening? I'm like, wait, no, wait, I don't want to kiss. Can you? What happens next?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they did what?
Oh,
Pale people did what now?
The
Yeah.
pale people.
the pale people.
Just say Bella without saying Bella. I'm just saying. Okay, so I need to send you.
I have to talk about the soundtracks real quick because my favorite band in the entire world is on the last soundtrack. There is a deep cut of a Green Day song, The Forgotten. It's at the end of Breaking Dawn Part 1 or Part 2. It was off of the trilogy they did at the time when Billy Joe went crazy and went on the iHeart Radio Festival and said, "We only have one more fucking minute. I'm not fucking Justin Bieber." But also Paramore is an amazing band. The baseball scene has one of the greatest songs of all time.
Muse.
The Eclipse soundtrack was my soundtrack whenever I would have to do any kind of homework. It got me. I wrote papers like a beast during the Eclipse soundtrack.
When I wanted to cry, I listened to the Breaking Dawn soundtrack because it was like a lot of cryable songs.
And then the Flightless Bird.
Oh, Iron and Wine.
Yes, and but also can we talk for one? Can you have one moment for? You mean Robert Pattinson singing, but what words are he saying in those songs? It's like,
oh yeah,
Robert Pattinson song.
He does like 3 songs. He did.
Yeah, but it sounds like.
He did.
Oh my god! I just noticed what kind of shirt you're wearing, Jen.
I told you I would wear it.
I love it.
One of my
Killer
really
Bella.
good friends got me this for Christmas. This is my second. Not my second. It's up there. This and my best friend got me the Green Day Funko Pops for Christmas. These two are like my favorite gifts that I got this year. I wear this all the time and people are like, ha, I get it.
I think that he took his song off because people made fun of it so much.
He did a cover, like that Christina Perry song.
Oh my god, I fucking hate that song so much.
But he did a version with her, and it's at the end of one of those movies too. And I can't remember which one.
Okay, hold on. It's called it's called Never Think by Robert Pattinson, and motherfucking cock, it's so bad. Dang it. You really can't find it anywhere because he took it the fuck off. Like, he was like, nope.
Guys, I hope you have enjoyed us talking about the Twilight.
Yes. It was fun.
And if you have if you want to read some awesome fan fiction, I'm gonna link in the Patreon. There's a beautiful YouTube read Twilight fan fiction where Edward fucks what's it called?
Dracula?
What?
Yeah, it's amazing. And I'm saying it's ironically because it's like shitty spelling.
Is it Twilight's version of My Immortal?
Oh
no, it's also like zombies and like I don't know.
But My Immortal was the epitome of amazingness of Harry Potter fan fiction. It is epic and it's so horrible. We were going to do a dramatic reading of it for one of the bonus episodes because it's so.
You should. You and Ava should do it.
We should. We really should.
For sure.
It's so bad. This was fun, guys. Thanks for having me.
It was so much fun. I love talking about Twilight. We could do another episode where we just like trash Renee as a mom.
And then also the venom blood.
The venom penis.
I'm never going to forget that. You're welcome. Never forget.
You could do a Harry Potter episode.
I will not be on it.
Me neither, but I will definitely listen, and I will edit it so I can listen while I edit.
Fine, I'll get Ava.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. It's been real.
Yes. Thank you so much for being our patrons. We love you so much. And if you want to suggest like episodes for normal, like topics for normal episodes or topics for bonus episodes, we will take them into consideration and then forget about them. But, put in the effort.
Tag me and I'll write it down.
Yeah, Jen is the organized person.
Only tag me before 2:00 because if I have to work, I'm going to be like, I'll write that down and I won't write it down and I will forget.
Yes.
We love you.
We love you very much.
Go look at our
Team Edward.
Go look at our website.
Or Team Charlie,
Julia
actually.
did it. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Go to our website. Send us things.
I will link the TikToks about Jasper. Yeah. I put them in the group chat, so if you want to put them in the show notes, it'd be great because they're hilarious.
I will put that, and I will also put Julia's fan fiction if she sends it to me before.
I will.
This isn't going to get edited for a few days.
All right. You are not ready.
Bye.
Goodbye, beautiful citizens.
Love you. Bye.